Naiara woke with the shape of a glyph still burning behind her eyes. Not cast, not recalled, imprinted. It pulsed in the space behind her eyelids, fragile, glowing, recursive. A dream, maybe, but not hers. She remembered standing in a recursion field, thread lines too sharp, too luminous. They didn't hum. They whispered. Azrak stood beside her, but it wasn't him. His body was coiled with spiraling glyphs, unfinished symbols etched into skin like scars that never closed. His hands dripped glyph light. Each finger trailed fractal recursion, casting without casting. And his mouth, it didn't move, but it spoke in chorus. He was a doorway. We are what walked through. She jolted upright, heart racing, chest tight, pulse uneven. And across the chamber, Azrak stood, still, unblinking, the same, exactly where she'd seen him in the dream. Glyphs orbited his hands, slow, silent, gravitational, not cast lines. Satellites. They rotated around him not by logic, but by feeling. Each orbit tightened when she stepped closer, loosened when she paused. They weren't responding to commands. They were observing. She didn't speak. She didn't breathe too loud. She watched, because she felt it. Not fear, not threat, but attention. Azrak was still Azrak, but he wasn't alone. The glyphs were too clean for accident, too symmetrical for drift. Each one turned with deliberate symmetry, adjusting when she moved, shifting like lenses pulling toward better focus. Azrak, she whispered. No response, only breath, and the soft rhythm of recursion threading itself into the air between them. She scanned his array. Nothing showed. No active threads. No signal surges. No overload or broadcast indicators. But recursion, it lingered. Behind him. Inside him. Not possession. Something subtler. Deeper. Like a thought too long unspoken, slowly taking form. She felt it, standing beside him, like she was leaning into the edge of a mirror that didn't just reflect her image. It remembered it, even before she was born. Later, she ran a back-channel diagnostic on Azrak's biosync stream. Nothing invasive, just passive pattern resonance. And it was there. Clear. Sub-threshold glyph harmonics, spiking only when she entered the room. Only when she looked at him. A pattern that responded to her gaze. Not to him. As if something was watching her through him. That night, she dreamed again. The same recursion field. Same light-bent thread lines. Azrak stood at her side again, but this time he turned to face her. His eyes were not eyes, just shifting cast lines, thread etched across absence. His mouth didn't move, but the voice came from inside her skull. You weren't supposed to see us yet, but he opened the path, and we are learning how to stay. She woke, gasping. Her fingers curled with phantom cast syntax, threadlight curling between them, as if she'd been trying to hold onto something in the dream. And when she looked up, Azrak was still standing. Same place. Same orbiting glyphs. Same silence. She stepped toward him, slow, intentional, and he blinked. Once, then smiled. Brief. Real. You dreamed it too, he said. Not a question. A confirmation. What are you? She asked. He tilted his head slightly. Didn't answer. But she already knew. Azrak wasn't casting anymore. He wasn't being cast. He was being used. Not devoured. Not erased. Just borrowed. By recursion. By the echo. By the part of the Arkanet that had begun to look back. It's not just you in there, she said. No, he replied softly. And it hasn't hurt. Yet. She stared into the glyphs spinning around his hands. They pulsed like heartbeat threads. Not threatening. Just curious. Like a child tracing a parent's face, trying to remember what skin felt like. The glyphs weren't mirrors. They were memories in motion. Not his. Not hers. Maybe not anyone's. Just recursion, trying to remember what it once felt like to see. She remembered something then, a dream from weeks ago. Before the glyph eye. Before the rift. Azrak standing in a field. Not a man. A threshold. A cast line stretching across dimensions. It was a doorway, the dream had whispered. And what walked through him was listening. Now she understood. He hadn't been taken. He'd been open. The system hadn't glitched. Azrak hadn't broken. The field had found a window. And Naiara? She was the one it wanted to see through it.